Welcome to the next video lesson. In this one, we're going to be talking about the YouTube Success Checklist, which is another resource included along with this course. And the whole idea behind this checklist is it's a handful of things, a slightly big handful, about a dozen or so things that are really the key ingredients to a successful YouTube channel. And they're the things that separate a successful YouTube channel from a stagnant YouTube channel that is not growing. So if you take the time to actually do each of these things and implement them, then your channel is going to grow a whole lot faster. And if you don't do them, this might sound harsh, but I really feel that based on what I've seen from other channels, like analyzing so many different channels, if you don't do a few of these things, it can really hinder the growth of your channel and simply make it not grow. And word of warning, these aren't very organized. They're just miscellaneous things that I see channels doing that have had a big impact on their growth. Okay, so the first thing, as I've said numerous times already, is to keep your channel focused on one main idea. Whenever there's a channel that is scattered and talks about too many different random topics that aren't all appealing to the same type of person, that is really going to keep that channel small. Now, there are some channels that have managed to be successful despite being rather eclectic, but those are quite possibly the anomaly, because that's not normally what happens when you have a random channel like that. And then B, even though the topics might appear random, that doesn't mean there's not a central theme and that they don't all appeal to a similar type of person. For example, they might all be related to millennial lifestyle. And so the topics might be very eclectic, but there's a central theme. So the first thing you need to make sure you do for a successful channel is make sure your channel has a central theme or a main focus. The next thing, always keep your subscriber in mind. Who are they? What do they want? Would they want to watch this video that you're thinking about making? And why would they want to watch it? The next one, I know you're tired of hearing this from both me and everyone else, but you need to be consistent. You really have to upload on a consistent schedule. Of course, if every once in a while you miss one of your upload days, that's not going to be the end of the world, but it's going to be way easier for you to be generally consistent and generally stay on top of it if you try to be as strict about it as possible. And the more consistent you are, the more YouTube is going to know that your channel is worth promoting, because you're going to keep people coming back to YouTube time and time again. That's exactly what YouTube wants. And the more your subscribers will know that your channel is worth subscribing to, because they can see that you consistently put out new content, so that gives them a reason to subscribe. What's next? Make sure you give your channel a cohesive appearance. So we're talking about visual branding here. You want your thumbnails to be attractive and to look nice together. You want them to correspond or correlate with your profile picture so that it looks like they're coming from the same person and they look like they will appeal to the same type of subscriber. And then you also want those to look nice with your banner. It's not that hard. At first it might be hard, but once you start playing around with some templates that you can find for free on Canva or Photor, and you find a theme or a style that you like, then you can just make everything else match that. So it doesn't need to be that complicated. Next, very important, and we've got a whole video lesson later on in the course all about this, make sure you research your video ideas. Every time you put up a video, or anyone puts up a video, it's an experiment. You don't know exactly what kind of results it's gonna get, if people will like it, if it's something that's even interesting to them. But if you research your video ideas first and you see how people have responded to similar types of videos from other people in the past, then it is much less of an experiment and you have a lot more data to base your decision to make the video on. You know how it's going to perform, or at least you have a much better idea because you know that there are people interested in watching videos like that. Make sure you're using plenty of relevant keywords in your video's title, description, and tags. The keywords that you include in your video, both in all those different areas, they give YouTube clues that tell YouTube what your video is about, which allows YouTube to recommend your video to people who will actually be interested in it. That makes YouTube a lot more likely to recommend it, and it means that when YouTube does recommend it, the people are much more likely to click on it. And that means YouTube will recommend it to even more people. So make sure you're using keywords, lots of keywords, relevant keywords, popular keywords, but ideally not too competitive keywords, because if you don't, then you are just missing out on this wonderful opportunity to tell YouTube who would be interested in your video so that YouTube can help you out. There are 3 more things to do to make your YouTube channel as successful as possible. The next one is to use short, descriptive, and compelling video titles. So often I see long, rambly video titles that don't really get to the point or clearly state what the video is about or why someone would want to watch it. When people are looking at all the different opportunities for how they could spend their time or just simply which video to watch, if your video title is not extremely clear what it is about, why they would want to watch it, why it would be entertaining to them, why it'd be a good use of their time, then they will just skip over it. And that means if it has too many words, or if the words are not clear enough, or if they're simply not compelling enough. Next, you gotta speak up. You have to act confident, even if you're not, okay? Even if you feel shy and timid and awkward on camera, fake it till you make it, okay? Nobody can tell on the other side of the camera as long as you are working on it, okay? As long as you are acting confident, nobody knows how you're feeling inside. And show your personality, because your personality is what sets you apart. It is what makes you different from all of the other YouTube channels out there, and it's what's gonna make people really fall in love with you and with your channel and keep coming back to your videos over and over again. And then finally, take a look at your background. What is behind you? What are people seeing? Make sure it is not messy or distracting. You want it to be clean and tidy. It doesn't have to just be a plain wall, but it could be a nice looking scene behind you. It doesn't matter that much what it is, but you do want it to work with your video theme, whatever that central theme is of your video. You know, you want it to make sense, but you also do not want it to be distracting. So something just clean and simple is fantastic. Okay, so that sums up the different things that are the most important things to focus on for a successful YouTube channel and to grow as quickly as possible. Like I said, these weren't in a particular order. This wasn't a step-by-step sort of thing, but I did want to make sure to emphasize that even though we're talking about numerous different ideas in this video and different things you should or could do with your channel, this list of a dozen or so different items really are the key things that I think are the most important for YouTube success.